primary vision of Asia Technological School of Science and Arts, or ASIATECH, is to develop highly competent, innovative, and values-driven Asiatechian. Our mission is to ensure excellent instruction, research, and community extension for the development of Asiatechian, committed in showcasing professionalism and in meeting the demands of local, national, and global communities. We are offering kinder, elementary education, secondary education which includes grade 7 to grade 12. We also have tertiary education with the following programs: Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science in Information System, Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering. In the field of education, we have Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics, major in English, major in Social Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management, Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management. We have a newly opened program, the Bachelor of Science in Criminology.
Enrolled here in ASIATECH because ASIATECH provides good quality education.
ASIATECH has qualified and competitive teachers.
Asiatech has state-of-the-art facilities.
Asia Technological School of Science and Arts is dedicated to making higher education reasonable and affordable.
Here in Asiatech, we implement an environment suitable for the students of this generation. And even in virtual platform, we have different clubs and organizations for them to be involved.
Here in Asiatech, we strive to provide internet connections on-site for teachers who lack stable connectivity at home. We sponsor trainings and webinars on delivering online instruction for our teachers every week to adjust to the changing needs of education during the pandemic. We transfer to an interactive learning management system to cater the different learning modalities preferred by our students, whether fully online or blended learning courses. And to help our beloved students continue their education even in the midst of the pandemic, we managed to decrease our regular tuition fee and provide discounted rates as high as 40%. We at Asiatech joins our country's journey to the better normal. We hope you join our family too. Experience the best education. Enroll now in Asiatech.
This pandemic, we have faced a lot of challenges. Our lives were affected. Our dreams seemed shattered. Some have lost family members and friends, and we have been confined in our houses.
Despite these challenges brought by the pandemic, we have always believed that education can transform lives. Today, we are celebrating success. This is the success of the fruits of our hard work, dedication, sacrifices, and hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Asiatech's 11 commencement exercises.
To begin with, let the Almighty God bless this virtual ceremony with an invocation to be led by the Asiatech Symphonic Choir.
It shall then be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, tegas ng sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Upang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng bagaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pamay di magdidinig. Luman ang araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga aking, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
This solemn occasion cannot be completed without the greetings from the pillars of our beloved institution.
To give us words of congratulations, here are Engineer Noel N. Barato, our Executive Vice President, and Dr. Darl Joy Escuton, our Vice President for Finance.
It is my honor to speak in behalf of Asia Technological School of Science and Arts. Today is a very special day for all of you. This is not only the day which marks the end of your long academic journey here in Asiatech, but also the day we can celebrate the end of a very stressful yet challenging academic year. I appreciate all of you, students, faculty, and staff, that we could get through these very tough days together. As the Vice President of this institution, I would like to congratulate all the graduating students and your families for your hard work. All of you can be very proud of your wonderful achievements. I am very sorry but we must have the spiritual commencement exercises. The ceremony itself is very symbolic of what all of you had to go in the middle of pandemic, of how strong and brave you are, of how versatile and resourceful Asiatechian you are. With this, you deserve a round of applause. I salute you all. Congratulations and mabuhay.
To the members of graduating class school year 2020 to 2021, I would like to greet all of you in this occasion with great pleasure and satisfaction on your graduation day. Indeed, this is a momentous event as we celebrate your achievements today and also your remarkable adaptability in the midst of uncertainty. That adaptability will serve you well with strong determination and vision as you embark on the next phase of your careers. As you move forward, continue being patrons of truth and excellence and widen your spirit of influence. Amid all crises, an Asiatechian spirit always carries along the principle of being the model of hard work and the ability to embrace the challenge as a gift to grow. To conclude today, as we celebrate your accomplishments, I wish each of you much success and the ability to change many lives for the better. Be proud, Asiatechians. Live the golden dream in your hearts. Again, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Darjoy Esquiton. The whole Asiatech is with you in greeting our students.
With those messages, I am sure that our viewers, especially our graduating students, are now realizing that they are finally at the moment they have been waiting for.
As they always say, commencement is the beginning. It is the beginning of the lives that our graduating students have been preparing for.
To give our graduating students inspiration and preparation for the next chapter of their lives, we are glad to have invited someone who has stories for our graduating students.
Good evening. It is both a privilege and a great honor to have this task to introduce in this momentous occasion a man of substance. As Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And our guest speaker proved his unending interest in knowledge and even passion for his work. He graduated with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Criminology in University in Iloilo, batch 1988. And because of his thirst for knowledge, he did not only focus in one field, but he also gained his diploma in Bachelor of Laws in the same said institution. He did not stop in learning, as he took his postgraduate degree, which were Master of Arts in Criminology, year 2008, and Doctor in Public Administration last 2016. Diligent and committed to whatever task he is into, he has also honed himself through trainings and seminars and has grabbed every opportunity for continuing professional development. Also, because of his dedication in his work, he received many awards, and some of these are Professor of the Year 2018 to 2019, Outstanding Deputy Regional Director, 9 Medalya ng Kasanayan, 4 Medalya ng Mabuting Asal, 18 Medalya ng Papuri, 5 Medalya ng Kagalingan, 2 Medalya ng Paglilingkod sa Visayas, 1 Medalya ng Paglilingkod sa Luzon, 1 Medalya ng Paglaban sa Manliligalig, 12 commendations, and 12 medalya ng Ugnayang Pampulisya. Ladies and gentlemen, let us proudly welcome our distinguished and honorable guest speaker, a retired police senior superintendent, Robert T. Page Jr.
Thank you very much for the generous introduction. At the outset, I would like to thank the top management of this prestigious school, Asiatech College, most especially the President, Dr. Maripe Lacson Baracchio, the Executive Vice President Engineer Noel Nabia Baracchio, Dr. Shelalyn Gooden, Vice President for Operations, Dr. Marmelo Abante, Vice President for Academics, Dr. Darle Escuton, Vice President for Finance, the graduating class for this year 2021, most especially their ever supportive and loving parents, friends, ladies and gentlemen in the Zoom floor, good morning. The theme for this year, 2021, strengthening the quality of education amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, is akin to the saying written by Paulo Freire in his famous book, Pedagogy of Freedom, way back in 1996, who says, "Whoever teaches learns in the act of teaching, and whoever learns teaches in the act of learning." Despite the overwhelming consequences of the pandemic, this global crisis has also been an extraordinary time for learning. We are learning how adaptable and resilient educational systems, policy makers, teachers, students, and families can be. What we have learned, even as we've made this quick transition, is not to get bogged down with the technology, but to really think about pedagogy and engagement. Those are the central tenets, regardless of whether learning is face-to-face or online. But differences in access to technology and how its use are having effects. Some schools and students have access to much more complicated kinds of technologies that I think are just going to exacerbate inequalities. Again, it's not just, do you have a computer? But also, how is that computer used? There's already been discussion about how long we're going to see gaps in people's basic skills. The effects of this shock to the system will be felt for years to come. The other piece is that we're going to see big differences by age and what we require of our high schools versus elementary students. The gaps will also vary by subject. It takes a lot more creativity to do a chemistry course online. There's an amazing amount of content online, but the big problem is how to separate out quality and what's appropriate. In some districts, there are people who figure this out for the teacher. This is where leadership, money, and resources make a big difference. Do the teachers each have to individually figure this out for themselves? Or do they have the supports to develop thoughtful, age-appropriate plans that can address the needs of a large variety of students? This is where you see tremendous variation. And even within schools, there are differences by grade and classroom of what teachers have pulled together. Meanwhile, many teachers are balancing this dramatic change while also balancing the needs of their own families. Another source of the variation we see. We are trying to share the resources we've developed for our own instructors and also help build networks so that educators can compare and share what's actually working with each other. I hope that with a great deal of ingenuity and creativity, people are figuring out solutions to help address these issues and sharing them more broadly. For the first time in teacher education programs, the students will be in an online world. This cohort presents an opportunity for building creativity for the future. Is this a silver lining? New and aspiring teachers, as well as older teachers, have all become students. What's key is setting up the conditions for a growth mindset and the safety to experiment. Some people's information about what online education is or could be is outdated, and the bar is actually fairly low to get started with the basics. The goal is just forward progress. Everything is not going to go perfectly. If we're honest, even in our face-to-face classes and pedagogy, most days are not perfect. You see generational divides in how people feel about technology. But there's also a lot of new things that people are trying. This is where it's important to connect educators and encourage peer-to-peer learning. When technology disrupted many sectors of the economy, there was hope that it would also accelerate learning and narrow learning gaps. But that never happened. What are some of the transformations that will help us leap forward that we hope to see in school systems? Despite all of these challenges, the ingenuity and resilience of the Filipinos were demonstrated in the midst of the pandemic. Societal demands to mobilize the contributions of various sectors to address the pandemic triggered higher education institutions to face these challenges head-on. Researchers, scientists, and practitioners in the health, social and behavioral sciences, engineering, arts and humanities intensified their collaboration and partnership to generate knowledge needed to produce timely and relevant policies and programs, projections, strategies, products, and inventions. Laboratories, clinics, offices, workplaces, and even homes were transformed into spaces of discovery and innovation, creativity and resourcefulness, giving credence to the saying, necessity is the mother of change and innovation. The COVID-19 pandemic has produced a new world full of challenges, dilemmas, as well as opportunities. It is up to us to adapt and transform the challenges and dilemmas to opportunities for growth and development for our nation and the global community. So to you, Class 2021, I wish you good luck. Congratulations!
That message is definitely a word of inspiration from our speaker. Thank you for sharing your words of wisdom and for granting us your valuable time. Truly, we are blessed to have you here.
At this point, we will be witnessing the presentation of the candidates by our school registrar, Ms. Mercedes F. Soya, and confirmation of the graduates by Dr. Shelly I. Huden, our Vice President for Operations.
Ma'am, sir, it is my honor to present to you the candidates for graduation who satisfactorily complied with the prescribed curriculum. We have 35 candidates for Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management, 2 candidates for Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, 15 candidates for Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, 1 candidate for Associate in Hotel and Restaurant Management, and last but not the least, 2 candidates for Associate in Information Technology.
By the resolution of the Board of Trustees of Asia Technological School of Science and Arts, in accordance with the laws of the Republic, I now confer you your certificates and titles with all the rights, privileges, and responsibility appertaining thereto. I now declare you graduates. May our God Almighty guide your ways as you work hard for your dreams. Let us all claim one of His promises in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 6. In all your ways acknowledge God, and He shall direct your path. Congratulations, and God bless.
Thank you, Ms. Mercedes Isoya and Dr. Sheldon Gruden. Above all, felicitations, graduates.
At this time, we shall give recognition to the exemplary students and their great contribution to the integrity of Asiatech. This is going to be followed by the messages of each college dean and the distribution of certificates.
A pleasant day to all, especially to our school administrators, headed by our school president, Dr. Pinky Baracchio, our executive vice president, Engineer Noel Baracchio, our vice president for operations, Dr. Shelalyn Guden, our vice president for finance, Dr. Dar Joy Escoton, and our vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Marmelo Abante. My fellow deans, Ma'am Rosaida Tuason and Ma'am Ana Rose Lim, our registrar, Ma'am Mercy Josoya, our program heads, faculty members, admin staff, and of course, the very reason of this celebration, our dear graduates. It's our second time to celebrate our graduation in virtual setting. And I know our parents are longing to join their sons and daughters to receive their diplomas on stage. But because we are still under the pandemic situation, that face-to-face graduation celebration, which everybody is dreaming of, remains a dream. However, this plight we are still in today will not be a reason for us not to celebrate this significant event for our parents and students. So, my dear graduates, just enjoy your moments. This is your time to celebrate with your loved ones the result of your hard works in the face-to-face and online or blended setup of our education system. I hope our school, particularly our teachers, have done their part in strengthening the quality of education during the pandemic situation and delivered your educational needs to complete your requirements for your graduation. The next step of your life is to strengthen and develop your abilities, skills, and most important of all, your attitude. Sooner or later, you will be joining and working different companies with different people and different cultures. So you need to be adaptive to this big change in your lives. Always show respect to others, so they will in return respect you. Be humble as you climb the ladder of success. Carry out your tasks with honesty and dedication, and always show or put love and interest in everything you do. This will lead you to a better opportunity, and that is your professional growth. With this, I extend my warm congratulations to all of you. Thank you and good day.
The graduating class from the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management. Abeliano Raison R. Alinsunurin Marga B. Altares Alejandro Jr. Blanco Bien Dominic D. Boragay Rose Ann L. Excellence in Leadership Awardee. Karaig Noreline R. 5. Rosemary R. Cuadra John Mello D. De las Heras Franz Paulo G. De las Heras Pauline May G. Excellence in Leadership Award. Dia Arbil B. Doncilio Ayesa Anais C. Yosoya Mary Abigail F. Ilar Francesca Janela P. Ilorde Gabriel S. Jacinto Prince Don C. Excellence in Leadership Awardee. Makantan Maria Lona C. Asiatech Creatives Awardee. Manulid Peter Ray L. Mapula Madison J. Martisana Annabel G. Misa Hazel V. Natividad Mary Christine L. Paloma Cecilia C. Pangan Grace Ann L. Cum Laude. Excellence in Leadership Awardee. Parado Ira Jane D. Perez Criselda G. Asiatech Symphonic Choir Awardee. Pumarada Roy M. Kiobo Thalia May. Rodriguez Jayan L. San Felipe Lani. San Miguel Jobel D. Serot Vitilia M. Season Jasmine with Honorable Mention Asiatech Creatives Awardee. Sullivan Agram Paul L. Valdemoro Charmaine V. with Honorable Mention. Graduates from Associate in Hotel and Restaurant Management. Kasungkad Mary Esperanza.
The future of this country depends on how we educate our young people nowadays. That is a saying. For what it's worth, educating the youth even during a pandemic is thus far not only important but crucial. Transitioning to the new normal of learning in unpredictable times is bookish practices and learning performance in fully online flipped classroom. Because we combined strong instruction with consistent and authentic engagement, our students are truly making academic progress during this pandemic. The theme of our graduation is strengthening the quality of education amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. That I would like to give emphasis that quality education is largely dependent on the facilitator or the teacher, a learner-centered approach, good resources and facilities, relevant curricula and materials, family and community support, gender-sensitive design, and a safe and conducive learning environment. The pandemic forced us to go online. Teachers, students, and parents have spent learning remotely in a hybrid setting, but in a socially distanced and masked setting. Educators have had to learn not just the logistics of use, but effective pedagogy. Learning how to effectively teach online improves teacher skills, but it also required additional work and time on planning and preparation. Despite the work-life challenges, exploring the strength of teachers' identities as long-life educators inspired them to become teachers and why they still stay. Hybrid learning systems in use during the pandemic have highlighted that the instructional core and highly qualified quality instructional materials, and the fourth key player, the family. It's amazing how when you partner with families, then the students are so much more successful. Teaching during this pandemic experience has changed my perspective and priorities of teaching, centering on knowing my student, building positive relationships, and focusing on academic and social emotional needs within my instruction. Because we believe, the instructors, that the reason why we teach is to spark an interest in students and to help them realize that they have the tools and resources within themselves to create or design the change that they want to see. To the pandemic class of 2021, let me conclude by saying that I wish I could personally hand you your hard-earned degree today. You are the living proof that pandemic can never be a hindrance to your success. And we, as your teacher, learn so many things about adjusting to the new normal because you succeeded. I look forward to seeing you on Asiatech College for an in-person celebration when life's context allows it. But for now, be safe, congratulations, and I'll see you soon.
The graduating class from the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Galang Giancarlo S. Rancon Tricia Marie P. Societal Leadership Awardee. The graduating class from the Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Alamudin Gershon T. Alegros Mariel B. Kabansag John Mark J. Excellence in Leadership Awardee. Kabohok Karen. Corporal LCS. Coros Joseph Armand Kyle C. Dades Joshua F. De las Heras Paul Nico G. Garcia Chester Ian P. Legaspi Lawrence Andrew F. Lorico Rafi A. Pilie King Joshua L. Ramirez Raymond C. Respende John Ray E. Asiatech Symphony Choir Awardee. Sarabia Isaac L. Societal Leadership Awardee and Asiatech Creatives Awardee. Suwan John Royden J. Graduates from the Associate in Information Technology. Magno Ara Jazet B. Mercado Rowena A.
At this point, we will be hearing from the graduates. On behalf of the graduates, let us give the moment to this year's cum laude, Grace Ann Pangan.
A pleasant day to all of you. It's such an honor to respond on behalf of the graduating class. First, I would like to thank our Lord Jesus Christ, the author of our life, because without Him, this would not be possible. I also want to thank all of the people who make our institution excellent. Dr. Marife L. Baraclo, our school president, Engineer Noel N. Baraclo, our executive vice president, Dr. Shelalyn I. Guden, vice president for operations, Dr. Marmelo V. Abante, Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Darl B. Escoton, Vice President for Finance, Professor Eduardo B. Tuquilar, our Dean of College of Business, Hospitality, and Tourism Management, Professor Rosaida C. Huason, OIC Dean of College of Engineering and Information Technology Education, our program chairs, directors, registrar, faculty, and staff who work tirelessly amidst these unprecedented circumstances. To the star of this momentous event, to all parents who paid and supported us throughout our education, to my mom, remember that I love you. And of course, to my fellow graduates, congratulations. We finally reached this important milestone in our lives. Until this year of 2021, we have been facing the global pandemic, a serious circumstance that has caused hardship in every aspect of our lives. The grief of losing loved ones, economic and financial struggles, and extreme anxiety. I know how you desperately wanted to graduate in the events place, marching and walking across the stage, proudly grabbing our diplomas while looking at the smiles of our loved ones face to face, throwing our hats up and taking pictures with our family and friends. We might never get to bid goodbye and give our warm embrace to each other, but still, we are finishers. No COVID-19 pandemic can stop us fight and win every battle we face. No COVID-19 pandemic can stop us to pursue and reach our dreams. And no COVID-19 pandemic can stop us to celebrate and reap the fruit of our labor. Reminiscing the last 4 years of my college and while experiencing these tough times, two things struck my realization: God's grace and the word gratitude. First, let me share about God's grace. For me, grace is something that you don't deserve, yet willfully given and favored to us by God. I remember the time when I was barred to receive my qualifications in high school because of unpaid tuition fees. So entering college was a challenge. But I refused to be resentful. Instead, I persevered. At the age of 17, I worked and it takes 3 years for me to settle the debt. But still, I thank God that He put helpful people in my path. The struggle didn't stop there. There was a time that I have to choose between my minimum wage job or college. I remember my mother told me, "Kaya mo ba? Kasi wala kang aasahan." It was disheartening, yet I took it as a challenge. Choosing college brought uncertainties, even fear of the past failure condemned my heart. But still, I pressed forward and worked to pursue my first year in college. Being a working student is physically and mentally draining, and so I strategized and found some other ways to sustain my peace. A girl who walks like a barako joined the pageant for a discount. She also became part of the student council and privileged to receive discount too. The pile of my problems was solved, baon na lang. So I looked for a scholarship and I got not just one, but three. From mayor, congressman, and barangay captain. And of course, I have these amazing friends who helped me in times of being walang-wala. Nevertheless, it is God who faithfully blessed us and gave us so many favor in times that even us know that we don't deserve it. So here I am, privileged to speak today, and I want to boldly say that without God's grace, I wouldn't attain these achievements. It is Him who gives wisdom, knowledge, strength, and courage. It is Him who directs my path all the way and leads me to be surrounded by right people who favored me not because I don't really deserve it, but because of His great love. And if you would ask me what matters most in my life, I will not offer my achievements, but my God. All we need is God's grace, and it is through Jesus Christ. And if today you don't have that personal relationship to Jesus, I'm encouraging you to seek Him because nothing in this world can satisfy us but His love. Second realization that I want to share to all of you is gratitude. Catriona Gray once said, and I quote, "If I could teach people to be grateful, we could be an amazing world where negativity could not grow and foster and children will have a smile on their face." Yes, being grateful plain and simple. But for some, it doesn't come as easy, especially today, because our situation tends us to grumble over our needs, over the loss of job and opportunity, over the increasing growth of COVID-19 cases, hospital incapacities, and even political controversies, one to another. On the flip side, we are delighted to experience the spirit of bayanihan amid pandemic. The new normal setting set as an eye-opener for us to see and value everything that has life. We see families reconciled together and united during lockdown. We learn to foster relationship. We have more time for self-discovery. In reflecting and reconsidering, we reconnect and help each other. Our environment exhaustion lessons, and most importantly, we learn the essence of acceptance. We accept and give up to the things that we can't control. There is so much to be grateful for if we just look on the bright side of it and be thankful that after all what happened, we are here celebrating our success. I am grateful to Asiatech College for helping me to become the unexpected version of myself. I am grateful for this achievement and the leadership opportunity. I am grateful for my family, especially to my mom who always prayed for me and to my kuya who supported our needs. I am grateful for my professors who imparted wisdom and shaped my values in life. I am grateful to my sisterette best friends who are always there to cheer and uplift my spirit when I'm down. I am grateful to my fellow student council members from 2018 to 2021 who gave their full efforts in every event and projects, who strive hard for unity among our dear Asiatechians and be willing to serve despite of conflict schedules. I am grateful for the community I became part of. So I can say that no man is an island is true. The overwhelming support and unceasing prayer of the people will lead us to success and to be place where God really wants us to be. Again, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. For the next years to come, life will be much more uncertain, but our present places is a hint for the future. The changes may frighten us, especially if there are challenges, but this precious life calls us to make the most of it. Live today, even if we don't know what lies ahead. Always remember that we are born to be victorious. He prepared us to be prosperous. He is always there to give us hope and given us the assurance for a good future. Say what you want to say. Do what you want to do according to God's plan. After all, life is too short. My fellow graduates, I urge you to pause for a moment and reflect on what are you grateful for amidst these trying times. To whom you dedicate this milestone, and what will you take on the next chapters of your life? As I end, I want you to remember that we will become successful not because of our skill and talent, but because of the grace of God. Let us keep gratitude as the single most important ingredient to living a fulfilled life. I congratulate you once again. We made it. You deserve to be proud of this achievement and to take this opportunity to celebrate peace, prosperity, and good health to all of you.
Songs are said to be the voice of our souls. To share their feelings, here are the selected Asiatech students to dedicate a song for our graduates.
I hope the days come easy and the moment pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go.
And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, hope you choose the one that means the most to you.
And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find a window. If it's cold outside, sure the world will walk on your side. But more than anything,
Graduates, after this event, you are no longer our student. Yet, we hope that you live by the teaching of our school. For the Pledge of Loyalty, let us have Jasmine Season.
To all my fellow graduates, let us all raise our right hand and recite our Pledge of Loyalty. On this solemn occasion, I hereby pledge in the midst of ever-accelerating change to remain steadfast and determined to live by and bear witness to the ideals and teachings of my alma mater. Proud of my educational heritage, that others like me share in its benefits. I further pledge to continue giving my attention and interest to all its undertakings. Finally, I will do my best to exemplify the desirable Filipino values, strengthen family life, selflessly involve myself in community development, and strive to contribute to national growth and prosperity, my embodiment of its commitment to God, country, and people. So help me God.
For the last time as students of Asiatech, let us feel the words from our school's hymn.
We are here in Asiatech with faith in God and integrity to be globally competitive. Filipino workforce in harmony, education with high quality for the service of humanity. Leadership with dignity for the development of our country. So we proclaim to the world in honor of our alma mater, our Asiatech in gold and green, in prosperity we can. We unite in Asiatech with the grace of God and humility to be highly skilled and innovative. As citizens we are productive, education we yield excellence. Our mission, our schools is direct, uplifting our lives to prosperity for the progress of our country. So we proclaim to the world in honor of our alma mater, our Asiatech in gold and green, in prosperity we can. Our Asiatech in gold and green, in prosperity we can. In prosperity we share.
Finally, we can now call you graduates. It is sad that we will be separated, but we are excited that you will now fly high to reach the lives that you are dreaming of.
Know that we will always be proud of you. You are Asiatechian. You are prepared for life.
Congratulations, Batch 2021!